Hey, welcome to the channel. Tonight I'm going to be doing some paint in here. I got some mud flaps that I'm changing up. I couldn't get these apart and I don't have any hardware, so I just masked them off best I could. These few pieces here. Under the hood and then a new gas cap. So they've all been sanded down with 320, or I guess wax and grease first, sanded down with 320, and then I just hung them up here and final wiped them, so I'll give them a final blow off and then tack it all down. I can just lay my sealer down. Alright, so I'm just using a Delta sealer. It's just 4:1, and then I usually reduce it down by 10%. So I'll just tack it off first, and then we'll spray just one coat of this. One nice thick coat. So while I was waiting for the sealer to dry, I had about an hour, so I ended up masking off this bezel here. And since it's a GFX carbon fiber one, the gray on the inside didn't really match the rest of the interior, so just thought I'd paint the inside and clear coat the rest just to shine it up a bit. So with the Delta sealer, you got to give it about an hour to flash, and then I gave it a quick tack once it was all dry here. So just mixed up my base coat. It's just 50-50 with, and then I add in 10% hardener. Just seems to spray a little bit nicer, and then if you ever need to sand it, it sands a little bit better. So it's just overall a little bit nicer. So as you can see on the bezel here, I didn't seal it. All I did was scuff over the plastic. The reason behind that is because since we're clear coating it, there's gonna be a hard edge there. I didn't want the gray to bleed through. Sometimes if you don't double mask that line and then leave a little bit of the blue to go over it, you'll get an outline of gray around the whole entire area that you painted, which would look pretty bad on this. So, and since it's just an interior piece, it doesn't matter too much, and it'll all be sealed in with clear coat after. So all the rest of these parts, I'm just going to go over and do one coat. You want to make sure you get the edges. The first coat you don't want to put on too thick. Just you can still kind of see through to the primer, and then the second coat covers way better. And I usually do a third coat, and then kind of like a dust coat, as you'll see as they come up here, and then we'll check it with the sunlight just so you can get your metallics laid out good. So we'll speed it up here and skip to the next part. So after I get my 3 coats down of base, I usually go over, get a sunlight or just any light works pretty good. Turn all the lights off, and we'll just check all the edges because you don't want to get any missed spots like once you get out into the sunlight, right? So any imperfections or anything you got, you know, stuff in your base coat, you're gonna want to take care of that before you clear, because pretty much once you clear it, you're it's all locked in there, and unless you totally repaint, you can't really fix the base coat. But it's pretty easy to fix if you have anything going on right now. Since we added the 10% hardener into the base, it actually makes it pretty easy to sand, a lot better to sand, and it also like kind of hardens up a little bit better. So that works pretty good for that. So pretty much just go around all your edges, all the spots, make sure you got everything right. You don't want to clear coat it and then take it out into the sun and then you're like, oh crap, I missed a few spots where there's just like little ghost spots on the edges, right? So once you got that all done, just do a dust coat. So go over all of your everything, go over it, kind of like just I'm doing here, just pretty far back. You'll want to just dust it on, make sure all the metallics are laying nice and flat and even, right? Or else you'll take it out into the sun and it'll look all blotchy, right? Or you can see like your spray lines too. So once you go over all that, make sure you got your edges covered. You know, dust coat it. You got nothing in your paint. You can pretty much go to your clear now. So I pulled all the masking tape off this bezel here now after I put the base coat on. So you can see I scuffed the whole thing down before I masked it. So it's all just in red Scotch-Brite. So now we've pulled all the masking tape off, I can just clear coat the whole thing and it'll pretty much hide all the lines, especially since they're in a groove here. And then it'll kind of bring the shine back to it and get rid of any of the scratches for the most part that were in that bezel before. So now the base coat's flashed off, it looks pretty flat here. I'm going to do our first coat of clear. Pretty much want to just put enough on just so it comes to a gloss. Not too much more than that, or else you'll start getting some runs, especially in the trickier areas like like all the crevices and stuff, right? So a lot of times, but if you put it on too light, it'll look like have that really dry look, and then it'll make a rough surface, which is even harder to get rid of. So you kind of want to find that happy medium where you're not going to get any runs, but it's gonna gloss up. So I'm gonna do the first coat on the bezel here. As you can see, there's lots of creases, crevices, all that kind of stuff. So it's usually kind of a pain in the butt to clear, but as you can see, it kind of brings a shine back to it, and pretty much in the first coat, anyways. And just want to be careful you don't get too carried away in here and just end up with a bunch of runs, because it'd be pretty hard to sand them out once you're done. So the goal is no runs, but as you can see here, just kind of go from the back, work your way around. Alright, so I got all three coats down now. You can see. Turned out absolutely wicked. And I got the mud flaps here. That's the other light. Gas cap too. You can see this is just a sunlight. Anyways, smash that subscribe button and tune in for some more videos. Thanks.